Hey there guys, so on this video I'm going to be sharing with you my journey from literally, I'm going to call it from handbags to hydrogen, and as I progress with this video it will kind of make sense because literally there was a line drawn in my life at 35 years old where I've dedicated my life to natural healthcare, hydrogen therapy and everything that you'll see in this video. But before that point, I was designing handbags, selling handbags, and I started at the age of 7 years old working on markets. And my dad literally bought an old ambulance, old decommissioned ambulance, because that's all he could afford. And he drove it from Devon up to London, left like 4 in the morning, came back with some stock, and we sold it on the markets. And he built it up and made a very large business. But sadly died at the age of 64, and I think it's due to stress, bad diet. And my dear granddad, Jack White, who invented the VW camper van, died at the age of 54 from a heart attack. And it's like things go off in your head and you go, well, why do people that I care about die so young? And then at the age of 14 years old, I got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and it was yuck. I'm not going to go into the horrible details because it really was horrible. And as at that point my dad's business was developing, he was actually working in China and Hong Kong, and he was speaking to Chinese natural doctors at the time. And he came back from China with a really large amount and expensive amount of Chinese herbs. And the moment was that I'm sitting in the consultant room at the NHS hospital with the gastrologist doctor, and my dad there naively had the herbal Chinese herbs on the table, and he was asking the doctor, well, is it worth using them? And the doctor, rightly so, he didn't know the interactions with the drugs, and he said the best bet is to use the current drugs that we have at the moment: prednisone, azathioprine, Pentasa, so forth, antibiotics. And I did all of these drugs, but it was just always vicious cycles. I went on courses of steroids, it helped, then I had a period okay, then it came back. And what I've learned now is that in that moment there was neither party had the real answer. The herbal tablets on the table didn't have the answer, the medication didn't have the tablet, but the doctor was saying, look, the best bet is there will be in time a pharmaceutical drug that will deal with ulcerative colitis. So for the next 21 years, I kind of soldiered through, kept taking the drugs, but it was like half-life, I couldn't really get into work because I'd work and then it's like not back, and it kind of affected my confidence in all sort of areas of my life. So it sucked. And there was even a time where I was so overstressed. I was unloading a container. I was near the top of a container, fell back almost 12 feet onto solid concrete, onto my right hip, and that injury kind of stayed with me till recently. And as you listen to this, I'll share with you how I solved that as well. But just from that injury, I had to see a back specialist, a chiropractor, a physio, some type of body work at almost every 2 or 3 weeks to release this tension. And I've been on just such a roller coaster from that point to the age of 35, where the ulcerative colitis turned into stage 4 cancer. And I really thank the NHS team, the surgeons who removed my large intestine and cleared the cancer at that level. And it was, that point was such a turning point. I said, that's it, I've got to work this stuff out, because before that, I was interested in natural healthcare. I was trying to do the specific carbohydrate diet. I was trying to do yoga. I was trying to do a bit of Chinese medicine. I was interested in it, but it didn't come together. It wasn't powerful enough. It wasn't doing it. And at that point I said, I've got to have a break. And I did something absolutely, totally different. I did a natural building course at Schumacher College. And you might think, oh, that's weird. Why do you go from designing handbags to a natural building course? And it was just something that got me back to nature. It was fascinating building a cob house, going to the woods, mixing up straw and clay and cob and making those wooden spikes that sort of hold the beams in and things. And you know, I've got memories where the sun's just setting, we've got all this friends around, and we're working on this house, and we're working together as such a team, and the food was amazing. And when I started, you know, I had this surgery where I had my large intestine removed. I was in bad shape, and I started the course and I thought, can I make it through this course? But month after month, I just made it, and I learned about growing vegetables and connecting to just normal cycles of life. It really helped my healing, and growing vegetables has stayed with me till today. And from that, after doing that course, I got really interested in natural healthcare. I bought a ozone steam room, and I set this thing up called the Ozone Spa. And in the Ozone Spa, I brought in all these natural healings. I had a spooky machine. I had the ozone machine with, I forgot the names of it. All these positive frequencies. I was doing AIC therapy, PMF therapy, health supplements, and I was putting things together for my clients to just general foundation to health. And in that process, I came across hydrogen therapy. And it really stood out to me. And from that, I said, right, I'm going to dedicate, because you've got to specialize in life, to hydrogen therapy. And this was the creation of H2E pods. Now, I'm 50 years old, married with my beautiful life partner for 9 years. We've been through ups and downs and this and that. We've got 2 beautiful children, and I'm in good health, and now I'm building up all of these routines that a lot of them aren't fancy stuff, a lot of them don't cost any money, but they really work. So for example, I've got a really nice morning routine, and the days that I don't do my morning routine, it's this morning routine that gives me this center, it gives me this focus and clarity. And one of the things I've learned on this blog are all these like gems. That's why I called it a treasure map, because they're absolute gems. And some of these gems will really resonate with you. For me, they've really worked. One of the things was this learning human garage, the learning how to release fascia. And as I was saying earlier, I was seeing a back specialist almost every 2 weeks. Now, I haven't seen a back specialist for probably 8 months or longer. And I know how to release stuck fascia. And these people, absolutely for free, show you all the moves to release fascia. This is like a move to just release it from the wrist, but there's ways to pull it here and pull it there. But releasing fascia was one of those key moments. Learning about L-reuteri and how if you're on any antibiotics, it wipes out this really fundamental bacteria that coats the stomach lining, the small intestine, the large intestine. Without L-reuteri, your intestine is just raw. And I've been on too many courses of antibiotics and prednisone, which just wipes, it's almost like scrapes it clear. And with Ulcerative, you redevelop your intestine. It's just fundamental. And understanding about vitamin D. So when I understand about minimum dose of 2,000 international units a day, I hardly ever have a cold. Whereas before, I'd have 3 or 4 colds a year. And it's like you start stacking these things together, and I'm not a doctor or this or that. I'm more a lay person that has just, for the last 35 years or whatever it is, gone to all these specialists and saying, well, what's the best thing you've got? How can I put them together and put it across in a simple way that people can say, oh, bomb, 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 bomb. Put the bits of a puzzle together and make a significant difference in your health, because having ill health is absolutely yuck. And my passion is helping people with their health, and hydrogen, oxygen, and what we do here is a fundamental. But once you put these bits of a puzzle together, you get something. And this is like one of these no nonsense blogs, just no frills, just get to it. So you'll find this blog, I hope, really, really interesting and really effective for your life. So that's my wish. And please, anything that we can help you with, let us know. All right, cheers guys. All right, bye.